influencing the market, influencing the consumers, influencing the farmers, without some sort of agreement at the regional or a global level in order not to undermine competition. And there we're back to the national perspective where, of course, politicians would have to look after their own citizens in the first place, even if one would hope that a more global and a more long-term perspective would prevail. So when the politicians are supposed to take their decisions, how do we deal with this globally? Can we have international agreements? Can we have regional agreements like we have in the European Union? How can they be designed to support good use of land and avoid problems related to climate change, poverty, hunger, and so forth? How do they make their assessments? And here I had planned to say something that was already said by Sten, and that is that we don't really know where we are. What I found as a layman in FAO, working with forestry people, agriculture people, economists, natural resources people, is that not even in that organization can they or we agree on where we are or where we're going. So how can we expect politicians or practitioners to know how to move forward and which decisions to take and which incentives to use? I don't have a very good answer to that question, but I'd like to give you a few ideas on how an organization like FAO is actually trying to contribute to global consensus and to national and regional solutions to land use problems. I was speaking about the most vulnerable before, and I mentioned the example of Madagascar and South Korea. Actually, FAO has been working for many years now, 5-6 years, on something called voluntary guidelines for land use. And they have been consulted in all regions, in most countries, in order to look after the interests of all interested parties, investors, governments,